What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rugghead RC. Today we'll be working on Dirtborn. She's been running good, boys. I've had no real issues. Taking it out, 12 times now. Haven't broke nothing. Not that I know of. Okay. Can I play my own thing while I'm doing it? No. I'm trying to figure out how to get moderators and stuff. View live in control room. Ooh. There we are. Never done that before. That's cool. Whatever. We're figuring this out, boys. Anyway, nothing serious today. It's such a beautiful day. Absolutely pristine outside, which is rare. What's up, Randy? Hola, mi amigo. Thanks for joining. What's up with you, my friend? Today we're talking about servos and chemtrails. I noticed down here in Southern California, man, we get tons and tons of those lines in the sky all the time. And I've been a conspiracy theorist on that for a long time. Coincidentally, since we've had the government shutdown, there haven't been any. I mean, zero. Oh no, you're at the shelter? Well, that's good. They don't need to be sleeping on bed bugs. I'm gonna bring them back in though. Just to get rid of them. Anyway, hey Randy, you check out my off-road video? Epic. The country road one? Man, that's so much fun. You gotta do that on your Jeep. Go have your that's a revolving door. Yeah, man. That's job security. You're never gonna get rid of all of them. It's like, I heard bed bugs are like lice, you know, they have like the 3 cycles. You have to kill all 3. You have to like kill the eggs, you have to kill the adults, and you gotta kill all the larvae or whatever. It's so gross. So gross, dude. I hope they're paying you good, bro. And I hope you you have like a washroom before you go back home. you have to like change it, you know, before you go home, so you don't bring any of that crap home. You wear like one of them toxic jumpsuits. I never asked, are you married? I know you got some kids. Are you married? You live with the lady? I'm sure she loves it. Doing your laundry. What's up, Patapim? Patapim, that's an interesting name. Where are you watching from? Welcome to my channel. Today we're working on a Arma Granite Grom. I've heavily modified. But we went out this weekend, did some serious bashing, so we have to do some maintenance here. And I got a babysitter today. It's such a beautiful day. Nineveh? You're watching from Equalit, Nineveh? Oh, you're really cooking the room, Randy. I never heard of that, Gareth. That's interesting. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm trying to get this drive shaft cover off, man. They make these things. Oh, you know why? Because I still have one more screw. Yeah, man. Rugghead RC is an international channel, bro. Like most of my fans are in Kazakhstan or something. Like, it's wild. YouTube's wild. Oh, come on. Almost. I can feel it. I can feel it coming out. I don't want to break nothing. There we go. You got to get this hook tool. It's just a screwdriver, and you heat it up and bend it over so you can get under things and yank on stuff. Anyway, we're talking about chemtrails, and down here in Southern California, man, we're no stranger to chemtrails. Ew, look at that. The pinion and the gears look clean, but there's a lot of crud under there. So that's fine. But since the government been shut down, man, the skies have just been perfect. Real clouds, you know, like the puffy kind that you learned about in elementary school when you took geology, you know, and you were doing like the weather chapter, and they teach you about like the cirrus clouds and the cumulonimbus clouds and those kinds of things. How many RC cars do I have? Well, I got 3 of these. Here's the other one. And I got this one right here. So I love these guys right here. I never had to get another one. I got one set up for the road. I got one set up for the dirt. And I got one set up for the rocks. Which is just like I like it. Now, hopefully I don't have to do any... Don't have to take none of these wires off. It's not a big deal, but I just need to move this servo over one tooth, because I took it out this week and did some real high-speed dirt road runs, and it was such an epic time. What's up, Tyrell? Thanks for joining, buddy. I took it out this weekend, man, just bashed the hell out of this thing, and it did super good. And then I didn't clean it or do anything, and then I took it out in the rain yesterday. We were having a storm. So I'm really trashing this guy. Putting it through the ringer. So now I have to take the servo horn off, and then we're going to make sure it's straight up and down, put it back on. Maybe with a drop of super glue. Nothing serious, man. I don't take this stuff too seriously. All this stuff's pretty cheap, man. So I don't care about a little bit of rust or water damage. I'm usually pretty good with oiling stuff up. I think I put all my oil in the garage, though. I might have to grab it real quick. But here we go. So I gotta take this part off and just turn it over like one tooth. That silicone spray. I do the WD-40 before, but I didn't do it afterwards. I just came home because I was running late. I had to get my kid from school, and I just, you know, put it on the shelf. This is not my favorite part, taking this part off right here. Because you don't want to damage that. You need it as pristine as possible. Yeah, this one right here does 60. This one right here does 60. This one right here does about like 55. Just about the gearing. This one does like a solid 50. What's up, Nitro? How you been, man? Not great. Sorry to hear that, buddy. What's going on? You come to the right place. Oh, you hear my fan? It's blowing. It doesn't sound too happy. But that's not what I care about. I'm trying to get this straight up and down. Oh. It goes undefeated, bro. Since I put that fan in, but the fan's not blowing full strength, but it's cool today. Hopefully it's just like a piece of sand or something and it works itself out. If not, I have another brand new one I can replace it with, but where's my silicone grease? Did I take all my oils? Yeah, well, we're gonna add a drop of super glue. Oops. To the inside of the servo saver. But yeah, Nitro, this thing just goes non-stop now. I don't have any problems with it. I didn't really have problems with it before. It just in the middle, you know, when I'm trying to drive it in the middle of a heat wave, it would kind of slow down, you know, it would cook. It wouldn't actually get to the point where it would shut off, but I mean, it was just not happy, you know, it was like super hot. Everything equally. So it's like the ESC was cooking, the motor was cooking, the battery was cooking, which is good. That's kind of what you want, guys. You want all your tolerances to be equal. You don't want any one thing. Yes, brother, it's an Armagranate Grom. The Armagranate Grom, the best one ever made. If I do say so myself. You can go check out my shorts if you don't believe me, bro. This sucker's bad. With a capital B. But now I gotta get the servo horn back up here. You race, dude? Rexer? You got some RC cars? We love RC cars. Oh yeah, man. Mojave BLX, that's a great one. It is a great one. Now, the reason I like the granite better is because it weighs half the weight. So the Mojave Grom is like 3.2 pounds, and this one's 1.7 pounds. So you're essentially going twice as fast with this one, theoretically on paper. If you can shove the BLX system in here like I did, you're in a whole nother world, buddy. A whole nother class. Admittedly, it doesn't handle as well because you don't have that extra weight and it's open wheel. So one of the things that the Mojave's got going for it is the closed wheels. because it closes up the wheels, it does have better like aerodynamics and better downforce and just overall better bashability. But I'm not all about, bashing it like that. I'll bash this one. But that's not like, I like to race, man. I want to go fast. So I'm all about power to weight ratios and drag racing and stuff like that. I want the new Quake Grom, dude. That's gonna be my Christmas present to myself. That new Quake is just fire. Okay, so this needs to get turned around like that. Ta-da. This can go back in there. I need to clean the threads off. So where are you guys at? Do you guys get... I wanted to talk about chemtrails. You guys see the white lines in the skies from the airplanes? Do you see it when the airplanes have the white lines in the sky? They're like high altitude, generally unmarked white airplanes. Bro, that Quake Grom, that's going to be my skate park. Because I live right next to a skate park, dude. I'll be there all the time, man. We can do Rugghead live at the skate park. And I'm no stranger, man. I love me a good skate park. Takes me back to the old days when I used to crash there all the time. Okay, now we're going to try to get this servo back in here. It's a little bit more tricky because I mounted the ESC to the drive shaft cover, so it's kind of awkward. Uh-oh. That's not lined up. Oh, there we go. And it's a lot different putting this in while it's still hooked up. It's a long screw. Hey! I say this all the time, but I highly recommend one of these Amazon screwdrivers, guys. It was like 20 bucks when I bought it. But it's not strong enough to like strip out the arm of screws. It's not, you can turn the power down. Should not have the battery. All right, let's put the motor back. Let's put the drive shaft cover back. And again, we still have all the wires attached, so nothing should be crazy. Oh, I want to put a little oil on the pinion here. There we go. Just to keep that happy. All right, now hopefully I can just push this down, man. Yes. Got that side. There we go. Oops. Just like that, guys. Yeah, dude, that Quake Grom. It's not cute. Boys don't like cute things. It's hardcore. It's badass. It's tough. Talk about cute when you're talking about like puppy dog or, you know, your niece or something. Okay, this part's tricky because my ESC gets in the way. But I was able to do it last time. Hopefully I get that in there. Yeah, I think it's in. All right, let's see if it's true. Let's see if it's straight. Okay. It's about how I like it, but there we go. Man, that's just enough room. I just left myself just barely enough room to reach that bolt. Whew. All right, before we strap everything down, let's make sure it still works. Okay, fan's blowing. Where'd my remote go? Okay, we're good, boys. You're gonna get an airplane. Hey, did your locker ever get in there? Your rear locker? Weren't you getting an HR locker? Mimphy, what's up, brother? How you doing? How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Did you fix that Typhon? That was my favorite car. That stretch Typhon was my favorite one. Yeah, Randy, I was looking at that Scout. You going to Texas? What's in Texas? Steers and queers. Ain't nothing but steers and queers in Texas. You ain't got no horns, boy. A Suron? Oh, is those the e-bikes? Bro, those things are so badass. No, I'm in California, bro. They outlaw all that cool stuff. Are you gonna run that Mojave, bro? I remember that was one of those first speedster. You were one of the first Grom speeders. Yeah, the Scout. I want the Scout. Oh, F1, dude. I love F1, man. I'm down here. We used to go to the Long Beach Grand Prix. I go every year, man. They'd have these the McLaren, the National Association of McLaren owners would go down there with all the McLarens in California. And then they'd have like a car show, a supercar car show. And they had the carbon fiber, the McLaren carbon or whatever it was. It was like they only made like 3 of them. And there were 2 of them there. And I got a nice picture sitting right between them. I mean, they were 100% carbon fiber. I'd never seen that. Like, even the stuff you'd think was aluminum was carbon fiber. Yeah, I don't follow any of the names anymore. I used to be super big into it. What's his name? Schumacher, when I was a kid, man. Michael Schumacher. for Ferrari, I think. That dude was the highest paid athlete in the world for like 10 years. Wow. They would pay him like $2 million a race or whatever not to crash that car. I also think he was one of the most winningest athletes. So they call him an athlete, but there we go. I think she's ready, guys. What time is it? So I got a babysitter coming, like 3 o'clock, 2 hours. And I think this one will be good to go. Too bad. That fan's probably on its last little leg there. This one's done, boys. Oh, I should probably unhook the battery. There we go. I always forget to do that. There we go. She's in there. Like my new bumper edition, this is actually like a spring that latches down the front of the body and protects the bumper. It gives it an extra layer of crunch zone there. Found it to be quite helpful. All right, so that one's good to go. I got about 40 minutes left before I gotta go, guys. So let me clean this part up real quick. Here we go. So nobody said anything. I asked the chat, hey chat, you guys had any chemtrails since the government shut down? So this is like a fresh canvas right here. I fried out my motor. And right here, it's a 390 tank motor with a 10-tooth pinion on it, which is as you can see, it's about as tight as you can get. The motor goes all the way up against the drive shaft there. So luckily, those motors are very cheap. And I have another one. Right here. I already put the heat sinks and the mount on there. Oop, got a screw. So hopefully we can get this sucker kind of ready to go, because I miss this guy. This one is one of my favorite. Oop. Come on, Aaron. What's going on here? Listen to that mesh, though. Woo. Let me take the heat sinks off. I think they're getting in the way. What time is it? Okay. We gotta get this motor in here first. Look at all that plastic and stuff. Let me get another. Q-tips. If you don't have Q-tips, put some Q-tips in your toolbox. And get that grease out of the corners and stuff. Alright. Let's see if we can get my homemade motor mount to seat in there properly. Okay. That's better. Nope. The wires out of the way. You know, it's a little tight, but I have a feeling it'll wear itself in there perfectly. And here's my ESC. I think it still works. I got a few more of them if it doesn't. And then here's the little fan. I was thinking about putting in a bigger fan. Let's see. Where did my fan go? Oh, duh. Still in the bag. Okay. So this is my last 35 millimeter fan. I can either put it in here. The wheels and tires, Randy? That's a good question. These say, you know, the Dick C-Pick Mud Country. The wheels were just cheap. I think I got those on Amazon, bro. But I didn't want to get the bead locks. I do have the bead locks, but I don't want to use them because I go sink this in the river. And I gotta, after I go float this thing, I have to take the tires off to dry them out, to dry the foams out and stuff. So I didn't want to be constantly having to disassemble bead locks. That didn't make no sense. But these are 100 and, where's my thing? I think they're like 103 millimeters. Let's see, 0. Yeah, 101. 102, somewhere in there. So that's kind of like the ratio I like. I also got a set of, where'd they go? I also got a set of these, which are killer. They're skinnier. They're a little skinnier, but they're a little taller. So I get a little more ground clearance. I'm able to wiggle through the rocks a little bit better. But I just like the way these look better because they're more kind of proportionate. These are more like tractor tires. They work really good though. This KLR MTs, mud terrains with the little X logo on it. And then I use these for my speed runs. When I put the brushless in here and do my 10th scale off-road speed run challenge, whatever. Because remember, my Grom identifies as a 10th scale. I'll put the BLX system in here and then run these bad boys, and it does like a cool 50. It can be 50 off-road. And I'm working on a wheelie bar so I can really go fast like the big boys do. That's funny, huh? So before I get ahead of myself, what should I do? Should I put the bigger fan in there and try to protect the new motor a little more? It just snaps in there if I can do it right. Nah, I'm gonna put the little one in there. We're going into the winter, guys. I'm not gonna be needing a whole lot of cooling until about, May or so. But let's get this guy back in there. Oops. Man, I miss this driving this thing, so I'm gonna be happy to get back out there with rock crawling. There we go. I knew I had some. I got some new of these little plastic clips. Somewhere along the way I lost one. Anyway, how you guys doing today? Oh, see you, Randy. Yeehaw! Look at all this stuff everywhere. Let's clean up. Yikes. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Okay. Servo horns and chemtrails, guys. Clear skies since the shutdown. Can anybody else confirm that? Nope. Oh well. I was not anticipating on working on GROMZILLA right now, but it had some extra time, so got about 20 minutes or so before my alarm goes off. I gotta go back to reality. All right. I think that's good. Let's get it in there. All right, so far so good, I think, guys. All right, that's in there. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, let's see if it works. Get my remote. All right, I had to get my remote in the garage. What's up, Ras Troy? What's up, boss? All right, fan works. Good. There we go. Perfect. All right, now we gotta figure out which one goes where. Oh no. All right, guys, these require some modification here. I gotta make the hole a little bit bigger here. My RC tooling. Well, right now I gotta make these stupid bullet things connect over my little homemade posts right there. Yeah, bro, we go hard over here. Rugghead RC, man. Check out my channel. I try to go live Tuesday through Friday, noonish Pacific. I'm usually out in the dirt bashing these things. I'm not usually fixing them, but today I got a babysitter, so I want to get all my rigs ready. Okay, got one on. And we gotta get that little rubber sleeve over it. Yep, bro. Don't forget, upgrade and modify. We do a lot of that too. I don't like anything stock. That's just me. I like to put my own flavor. Man, this just isn't working. I'm gonna have to get some heat shrink. All right, but that works for now. Let me get the other one. All right. Yeah. Oh, they're backwards. Okay. So now we're going to remember red on right, black on left, red on right. Oop. And I'm going to need, look at these long ass wires, dude. I'm not a fan. I usually cut them real short. Like this was my last motor. You could see how the wires were just long enough. You see my little soldering job. But you can see I did have some shorts. You see how it cooked? The heat shrink right there? You see how it's kind of brownish? That's from it arcing. So it happens. I mean, you get it wet or, you know, something gets in there. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know it was arcing for a minute there. And I was like, what's wrong with my car? And I, you know, it took a minute to diagnose that one. Now, if you notice here, like I said, I modify everything. This is a homemade job right here. This is all a homemade motor mount out of a Typhon. So I made it a Typhon mount to a Mojave. I have no idea why, but I made it work. I didn't think it was going to work. That's why I did it, because I didn't think it was going to do it, but I made it. I made it work. I'm going to try to jam this guy. I believe it goes this way. And this part's important because this is what keeps the mount pushed up against the spur gear. So we should probably put this one in first. There we go. See? That wedges the motor against the spur gear. And then this one holds it down. So the old Tamiyas, you got any Tamiyas? Tamiya? Whatever. I wanted one of those ever since I was a little kid. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, got it. That's it. And 3 bolts right there. We're good. I think YouTube is crushing this video because I put chemtrails in this description here. Let's change that. Watch. I'm gonna change servos and let's type and servos and whatever. How about that? And then we'll delete chemtrails and put air traffic. All right. There we go. We just changed it. Now we're not conspiracy theorists anymore. Maybe YouTube will open up my channel now. So these guys are good here. And then for this one, I'm going to do the pigtail technique. So what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping this around my screwdriver to get it to corkscrew so it doesn't take up. You got a grasshopper? Yeah, bro. Yeah. That old stuff's wild, how they just have like a circuit board. And like they use like the radio signals frequency, so they have like a radio antenna. It's so funny. We've come a long way, my friend. All right, so now we pigtailed that boy, so it's not nearly as horrific looking. I'm gonna go get some heat shrink. All right, I got some white and some red. I'll just get a lighter. There we go. All right. So looking at it, what do we say? Red goes on the right. Am I going to be able to get the white over? Yeah, okay. The white will work, guys. Perfect. I'm going to cut these stupid old ones off because they're too small. What's up, Randy? Did you grow up on that movie Ghostbusters? What's up, Jim? Thanks for joining, buddy. I think my theory was correct. I went into my job description and erased chemtrails out of my title. And then all of a sudden, I had like one person in here. They don't want you talking about that. Oh, all right. So now I got some heat shrink wrap. Shrink wrap. We're going to put a lot on there. Why not? It's probably a little too much, but whatever. Whatever, guys. Yeah, Randy's out there terminating. Is El Terminator. So you guys got all of your Halloween stuff figured out? Where are you going to be for Halloween? Yeah, Randy, you should dress up like the Ghostbusters for Halloween. All right. Now we got the shrink wrap going, and I'm just going to light it up, man. I don't care. I usually use a heat gun or a blow dryer, but I ain't got time for that jazz. Anybody work on a car understands you only got so much time for this stuff. Especially when you're going live, dude. I'm already tired of running out into the garage. Oh, there goes my battery. Sorry. All right. Looks kind of messy. I'm sure my wires could do better, but whatever. If it works, it's not ugly. I could clean that up later. I was just trying to get this back out there, man. Okay, where did my heat shroud go? I had a... Oh. So look at this invention here. I took some plastic and made this shape out of it. And I think it goes this way. I made it work. Wait. It's tricky to get in there. Maybe I should pull these wires off. Okay. This is my heat shroud. This just directs the air, forces the air to suck in. I think my fan wire is going to be an issue because I put it in crooked. Let's put it in another way. Put it in this way. There we go. See, and it just kind of press fits in there. But this helps out quite a bit, man, because this focuses all of the airflow onto the heat sink. There we go. There we go. I knew it would work. Ta-da. See that, guys? See how the fan sucks it in over the top of the ESC now? My motor that's a 390. brush. It's just a cheap, I got like the torquiest thing I could find. That's a tank motor out of one of those big metal model tanks, RC tanks. I figure if it can lug around a... Yeah, Jim. That fan shroud is money, bro. Helps out a lot. Then, let's see if I can do this. I can make my fan wire go inside the piggy tail, and then you'll never see it. Watch this. Ta-da. All right. So far, so good, guys. Ta-da. Let's test it. Woo, she's screaming. Yikes. She angry, boys. Put the heat sinks on there. Oh, the fan's not working, guys. Uh-oh. Hopefully I just got it in there backwards or something. This stupid... That's like a custom... There we go. Yeah! I'm a tough, baby. 2 heat sinks. Oh! Wrong one. Oh! Got my glove. Okay. So see this hole? That's the brush fan in there. Let me turn this off. It's loud. Okay. So I had to drill a hole. I drilled a hole inside the heat sink so the air can still get inside the motor. So I have to make sure that one fits right over the hole like that. Because you don't want to starve this sucker. What's up, Mr. Rodriguez? Welcome to the live stream, brother. I'm just finishing up GROMZILLA. There we go. The ultimate rock crawler Grom. I have big plans for this, guys. Uh-oh. There we go. Here, take that. It's pretty slow. Oh! There we go, boys. And I'll just unhook it. We're just in time because my alarm went off, man. And I got to clean up real quick, pick up my kids from school. But good job, boys. We finished up GROMZILLA. I got to clean up here. We finished up Dirtborn. I'd say we had a pretty productive day. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to get this guy in here. This is a 40 amp ESC, 45 amp. Let me turn my alarm off. All right. I had Bob Marley playing in the background. Oh. That's my alarm to go pick up my kids from school. So I gotta clean this mess up. Brother Bob. Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. I might go live. I might be filming shorts. About, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock. My babysitter get here about 3 o'clock. I gotta get my older girl out of middle school. And then, man, I don't know, you know, gotta be responsible with kids. So once I figure all of their stuff out. Hey, thanks, Roz. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, you seem to be a cool dude. Yeah, later, Randy. Thanks for showing up, my man. I got to figure out how to make you a moderator. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know. I'll click on it, give him a wrench, whatever that is. So this guy was just crunched. I heated this guy up so much, and it kept working. I thought it was pretty rugged, but then when I pulled it out, it seized up. And when I heard some stuff shaking, and I shaked out all these big chunks of plastic and crap. So I think that this got too hot for too long, and it compromised the plastic. So hopefully we won't get it that hot anymore. Hopefully that fan shroud will prolong this motor. But if not, these things are super cheap. They actually come in 2-packs because these motors are meant for the RC tanks. So they actually have one on each side. Right now, that's garbage. I can go. That's my jar of broken Grom parts. We'll just add it to the collection of junk. There we go. I think we're all good here, boys. I appreciate you guys all coming out, hanging out with me. We try to do this every Tuesday through Friday, noontime Pacific. I go live with one of these 3 bad boys right here. I'll either be at the skate park drifting, I'll be in the river rock climbing, or I'll be at the dirt track racing. But we go live Tuesday through Friday, noontime Pacific. I usually run about an hour, hour and a half. So go ahead, and if you like this, hit the thumbs up, man. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, man. I love to see you guys out here. You guys seem pretty cool, man. I wouldn't mind talking to you guys a bit more. We would keep the conversations going, talking about RC cars and life in general. So, anyway, I appreciate that, guys. Get this going. So, anyway, thanks for joining. I'll see you maybe later today or tomorrow. It's your boy Rugghead. Peace.